This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle TV in association with Max in Marbella, where the Warrior
See you soon, Bobby.
returns. Do you know sometimes, when you're doing interviews, I don't think they realise you're doing interviews, they just come up and like, see you later Josh, see you later mate, see you later mate. I think they've done a great job of you there, because you definitely don't look like that.
Teeth look white and that, no, the eyebrows are on point.
I think the Warrior returns it.
I've got a good pump on, look Bob on.
Oh are you?
Yeah, I'm Bob on. No, that's my teeth look normal like that.
Oh are you?
I'm Bob on. She's making paranoid now about my teeth.
Don't worry about it, it's fine. Amagasa.
Yes.
Obviously, he's going to keep being referred to the guy that sort of knocked Rigondeaux twice down, but you're not going to take too much notice of that, are you?
Well, Rigondeaux's pound for pound best. He's supposed to be one of the best defensively, one of the best defensive technicians, and Amagasa still managed to put him down, so it does put a little bit of fear factor in there, but it's the fear factor what brings that focus, it's the fear factor that brings that little bit extra out of you, and you won't get that fighting like a Mexican road sweeper or someone who you're meant to just blow over. Fighting a fighter like Amagasa, it makes you go to bed shitting yourself at night, you know what I mean, and you go to bed, you think about it, but it gives you that focus and it makes you train that little bit harder. And this is what I need at this stage, KUGAN, you know what I mean, to be serious about me moving on to world level. I need to fight someone like him.
Yeah, I mean, what I meant was,
I went off the question completely.
If you look through his career, I mean, to say someone's best achievement was to have sort of knocked down Rigondeaux twice. I mean, there's probably a lot more to his game than, because he was unlucky at how that fight ended. He's obviously his face swelled up unbelievably in that fight as well.
Well, I think he himself has been talking about possible world title fight, so this is going to be a big opportunity for him. He wants to break on a world stage. I know he's never boxed out of Japan, but he can make a massive statement here. He's been champion of Japan for like forever. And them guys over there, they're tough. They're very tough. You look at the smaller weights especially. All of them are champions, or when they do fight, they have wars. You never see them coming over here to be just opponents, or you never see them just in America just opponents. They're always ones fighters who come along. They give it absolutely 100%. And sometimes you don't know too much about them, and that's a bit of a scary thing, because you don't know what they're capable of.
But as the opponents keep being put in front of you and people saying, oh, this is his toughest test for Josh Warrington, really come through it, blah blah blah, you've answered all the questions over the last couple of years since you won that Commonwealth strap, so this is just another hurdle. You look at it like that?
I don't look at it as another hurdle. I look at it as my biggest challenge. Every fight's your biggest challenge. People say, even if you're favourites, people say, oh, you should do this, should do that. Listen, I've still got to put the gloves on. I've still got to get in there and do business. And this is boxing. One punch can change a fight, and I always take that very seriously. We've wanted to break onto the world level now, especially after that win against Brunkner. We wanted to have that one down at O2 against El Buffalo. It didn't come off, but now it talks a big fight with Selby. We need to beat someone who's out up there, and we can be regarded as more of a, how shall I put it, more of a serious threat to Selby rather than he's just fighting him because he's a ticket seller. Do you know what I mean? We asked Eddie for Radovic, we asked him for Ireland. Both have got other fights coming up, which is a shame. I think they would have been both good fights. I wasn't too sure about the Radovic one because it would have been another one of them. Selby's already beat him and he's been compared. So I'm glad Amagasa is a good name. He's a tough fighter, and it's one what Selby hasn't boxed. So looking forward to it.
In the press conference, you did have some strong words to say about Selby there. Do you want to just recap on what you were saying?
Yeah, I could have been a little bit more meaner, but Eddie said to me beforehand, you might mention Selby, and I'm like, Ed, I'm bored of it now. You know what I mean? It keeps getting mentioned, and whenever I go out into Leeds now, like I said at press on the top table, people come up to me, they say, how's it going, Josh? You all right, pal? And then they say, when you're fighting Selby, and it's not going to happen until we both get through our fights. And let's be honest, his fight against Montiel, it wasn't brilliant, and we've seen fighters go over there and decisions go against him, and that could have gone against him, and that would have been off. And I think he's taking his eye off the ball here. You know, he's too busy looking at big unification fights where Leo Santa Cruz. What he needs to be doing is keeping his eye on man in front of him. Then we'll talk about coming and chinning me. You know what I mean? He keeps changing goalposts, KUGAN, and I was like, make your mind up, pal. You know what I mean? I wasn't good enough for him before. Then he was going to chin me. Then he wanted to become a superstar in America. Now he didn't make that much of an impact in America. He wants to come back and chin me. And it's like, keep hearing the same thing. Oh, I'm going to come to Leeds, blah, blah, blah. Listen, keep your fight. Keep your fights winning. Keep hold of that belt. I'll keep winning. Put myself in position, and then we'll start talking about it properly. Do you know what I mean? At the minute, it's just rumours, and we need to be serious about it now. We both need to win his next fights to get it on, and hopefully it will do.
You believe the fight will happen this year, though?
I hope so, KUGAN. I hope so. You know, I've got a few bills I need paying, and I think that'll be a good payday. Oh, but you know, people keep talking about it. It's going to be a massive event if it will come off, and it'd be perfect this summer. I really think it would do. If we beat Amagasa, then Selby, it'd be brilliant. It'd set up brilliant. You know, if it don't happen this summer, then it's going to be another year before it could happen. And is Selby going to be world champion in another year? It's a tasty division. Don't know. Like I say, one punch can change a fight. So, you know, maybe I want the opportunity while it's there, and keep on winning and see where we go. But I believe that the fight comes off, I will beat him 100%. And you know, people say, oh, you shouldn't be in his levels above, but I'm telling you now, I've got what it takes to beat him. I've dreamt it. It'll happen.
Well, before any of that, like I said, you've got April 16th to deal with.
Can you see what you do? You get me started, I get carried away.
That's all right.
You know
We'd like to get you started. I'm going to get you started again in a minute. I will ask you about Mitchell Smith suffering his first professional career defeat to George Jupp not too long ago. What did you make of it? Did you?
I'm going to be honest. I pissed myself laughing. You know, watching it at home. Right, I was having a kiddie at the time. I was just recovering from a cold, and I was on floor in stitches, and rightly so, because I hope he learns a lesson a little bit. I hope he does have a little bit of humble pie, because the way that he went about his press conferences, weighing, you know, pushing George up. George is a top fighter, you know, and he's a nice guy, really respectful, but for him to be just spouting off, and I think he spouted off at me at press conference about me. I wasn't even there, but he still spouted off about me. It's like, hopefully he'll put his feet back on the ground now and calm himself down, but you know, he's not that big superstar that he first thought he was. And I pissed myself laughing when I got beat.
Oh, that's an honest.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to paint it over and say, I will, you know, well, it's one of them. I did, because you see people like that. You want them to get beat. You know, you need a bit of knocking down a peg or two, and probably people think that about me just because of my fan base and stuff. But it is what it is. You know, we had a bit of bad blood on social media, and I don't know where it come from, and he started it. So, you know, rightly so.
Listen, I know there has been a look like a social media thing, but we know Mitchell Smith, and you know, I know the lead up to the Jupp fight, there was a few things that he said he regretted after. But deep down, Mitchell Smith he's a good kid. He is. Well, I know, like I said, it's different, like with the rivalry between fighters, etc. But like I said, we've known Mitchell Smith for a few years now, and he's a good kid. Like
I've never done it though. Do you know what I mean? I've never done it, and still managed to build a bit of a fan base and stuff like that. I mean, I know some fighters do it for hype, and until I go and meet him personally. I mean, I met Ryan Walsh last week at the Mayweather. We had a right good chat, and him and Liam, brilliant lads, really nice guys, and you know, I wish him best for the rest of these fights. But previous to that, we'd had a bit of a spout on social media after the won European title, and sometimes then things do happen. But you know, until I go and shake hands with him and speak to him, then you know, I still think he's a wanker. So you know, he might be a nice guy, but I just think he pushed it a little bit too far at times, and you know, it's a shame that. It's not a shame that he got beat, because he needed to be knocking down a peg or two, but if he would have carried on winning, he'd have carried on spouting, and possibly a fight would have happened.
Still could happen in the future, you never know. Maybe so. You never know. Alright, Josh, listen, best of luck on April the 16th. We're sure we'll catch up with you ahead of then. And the ticket seller goes on.
Yeah, the ticket seller goes on. The feather-fisted powder puncher tries his best.
All right, we'll catch up with you soon. Cheers,
pal.
cheers, Josh.
Thank you.